Welcome back to Module 2 of Book Yourself Solid. So, Module 1 was about building our foundation. The 4 pillars, the Red Velvet Road policy, developing a personal brand, understanding why people buy what you're selling, and then being able to talk about what you do. Module 2 is all about building trust and credibility. Another way of describing this is, it's about who knows what you know and do they like you? So, credibility and likability. What are we starting off with here? Well, the first pillar of credibility and likability is the standard credibility builders. These are the basics, these are the starting point on which your business is built. You must have, firstly, an email address. We're looking here for a professional email address. Ideally, your name at your domain name of your website. So we don't want fuzzyd@hotmail.com. We want a proper professional email address. Your business card. Something nicely designed, something straightforward, something simple. But again, that word professional. So, not a do-it-yourself business card, not something from Vistaprint with the perforated edges. You need to get a professional photo done. Whether that be for your website, whether that be for your brochures, whether that be for your LinkedIn profile, whether that be for whatever you're using to promote and project yourself. So, it can't really be a photo of you in your pajamas with your cat. Well, actually, I do know a Book Yourself Solid coach who probably, because her business is cats and pets, probably a photograph of her in her pajamas with a cat would be appropriate. But for you, it needs to be this professional portrayal of yourself. Website is key. Now, we will talk about your web strategy as part of the 6 core principles of professional marketing. But the website here, as a standard credibility builder, yes, you can do your own website. Yes, there's opportunities for self-build websites out there. But really what you want is, you want a professionally, cleanly designed, crisp website undertaken by a professional web designer. Unless you are actually a web designer yourself. So, for the vast majority of small businesses, their websites are not as professional as they could be. Make sure that you get yours professional. The next standard credibility builders, testimonials. We want testimonials that are meaningful. Testimonials where people are willing to put their name to it. Not anonymous testimonials. Not testimonials just with initials. We don't want wishy-washy testimonials. We want comprehensive testimonials. So, your past clients, when they came to you, what did they want? What did you give them? Why they picked you? And what was the massive benefit they got out of your relationship? We want testimonials that hit the mark. Another credibility builder, advisory group. So, these are people of credibility who will put their name behind you. Perhaps they could be experts in your field. Perhaps they could be experts in a related field. So, to summarise, the standard credibility builders. We're looking here, firstly, an email address. Second of all, business card. Thirdly, your photo, your website, your testimonials, and then to consider setting up an advisory group. Having established your standard credibility builders, we need to look at the next pillar of credibility and likability, which are standards of service. You see, times have changed. A certain level of standard is now expected. This is not about being exceptional. This is just being at the standard of service, which are the norms. You see, now above average customer service is the norm. I have a practical example for this which resonates with me every time I walk into a Radisson hotel. When I'm walking into a Radisson hotel and I get the lift going to my bedroom, they have a little sign in the lift and it says, in some hotels, Wi-Fi is seen as the norm. And they're referring to the fact that they've had Wi-Fi in their rooms since 1985. Other hotels, you're charged for Wi-Fi in your room. They're saying exceptional customer service is where we actually start. So, your basic credibility builders, then your standards of service. The next thing, the third pillar of credibility and likability is about becoming a category authority. So, why would you become a category authority? Well, first of all, to be a category authority means that you're credible in your field. By being credible in your field, that will create visibility. That will allow you expand into more markets. That will allow you get your message out in a big way. Ultimately, being a category authority will allow you to earn higher fees. And inevitably, being a category authority is going to allow you to increase your confidence. Like, you want to stand out from the crowd. You want to get more clients. Like, don't just fake it till you make it here. Actually be an expert in your field. And you see, sometimes the issue here is that people doubt themselves. Remember, there is a hero inside you. You just have to let them come out. So, when I talk about being a category authority, I'm talking about being an authority versus the authority. So, an authority, well, that's somebody who's an authority in the field. The authority, you don't have to be that person. You just need to be an authority in your domain, in your geographic region, in your field. You see, one of the big issues here is you need to lock these dark doubts in the closet. These clawing, gnawing dark doubts, which make you question yourself. Do you need to know everything? No. You just need to be a few pages ahead. Always remember, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. You need to lock your dark doubts in the closet. You need to keep a few pages ahead. And you need to have the confidence to learn in action. Okay, but you still need to have a plan to become an authority. And you can boost that confidence instantly. So if we've gone through the process of establishing our ideal target market, if we've gone through the process in building our foundation of what you do, why you do it, and what is the one big takeaway people will get from you, well then have a plan that matches that. And it's very simple. Like, where are you today? Where would you like to go? And what are the steps I need to take to get there? For me at the moment, I want to work the Book Yourself Solid system. So for me to become a category authority, I don't have to be Michael Laporte. He is the authority. I just want to become an authority on Book Yourself Solid for Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales. So what am I doing? I'm following the Book Yourself Solid certification. That's how I'm going to get there. That will give me the confidence to learn in action. So, standard credibility builders, number 1. 2, standards of service. 3, become a category authority. 4, understanding decision making and likability. There's a science to this. What is the process around decision making and how does likability tie into it? Well, first of all, what do people do? They listen. Having listened, they either believe it or not. And if they believe it, they put a value on it. So the 3 steps. They listen, they believe it or not, they put a value on it. You see, the power of likability, how can you work on this? Okay, most people would believe themselves to be likable. If you're on this path and you're listening to this video, I would assume that you would consider yourself to be a reasonably likable person, or at least be capable of it. But what if you worked at it? How can you work at likability? See, the power of likability is huge. The first thing about likability is friendliness. Just having a big, friendly smile. Talking to people and demonstrating that you are open to connecting with them. Some days you may not feel like this, but it's huge. Realness. You need to be congruent with yourself. There's no point in being a big fake phony friend. You need to be congruent with yourself in terms of being down to earth and reflecting your truth. The third part of the power of likability is empathy. You see, in biblical terms, if you were to go look at the Ten Commandments, they talk about treat others as you would like to be treated. No, it's not treat others as you would like to be treated. Treat others the way they want to be treated. And you only get that by showing empathy and understanding, listening, connecting, caring, basically being a human being. For example, for me, birthdays are no big thing. Birthday cards are just putting money in Hallmark's pocket. I'm not big into flowers. Another industry I believe is just, it's hype. So that's my attitude towards birthdays. I'm not big into them, I'm not big into cards, and I'm not big into flowers. Imagine how my wife would feel. All the things that she's huge into. Forget about giving her a present. If I give her the right card, I'm sorted. So treat others the way they want to be treated. And to do that, you need to connect with them. The power of empathy is immeasurable in terms of that likability connection. Empathic people who are likable go further, do better, charge more. The fourth part of this process here of decision making and likability comes down to relevancy. And that's, you just can't get around that. You have to be relevant to them. So you need to be paying attention to what is important to them and make yourself relevant to them. Okay, so Module 2, Lesson 5, Building Trust and Credibility. What is the summary here? Well, first of all, use the standard credibility builders. Your email, your website, your business cards, your photo, your testimonials, your advisory group. Upholding the standards of service. Step 2. Above average is what is now expected. Step 3. Become a category authority. Remembering that in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. All you need to do is be a few pages ahead. You can be an authority versus the authority. Put a plan in place. Where are you as an authority? Where would you like to be as an authority? And what do you need to do to get there? The fourth step, understand how likability influences decisions. They listen. We need to have friendliness, realness, and empathy as they listen. Then they either believe it or not. So the realness creeps in here. The empathy creeps in. The relevance becomes key. And finally then they put a value on it. Credibility and likability are a key part of your process to book yourself solid.